What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. You're watching the Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series we're talking about all things matter me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 41, and I'm sure by now you guys know what happened yesterday at the Marvel event held at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. Well, big announcements. They revealed the entire Phase 3 lineup all the way from 2016 to 2019. Phase 3 starts off officially with Ant-Man in 2015 and then ends in 2019. And I'm sure you guys already know what all the titles are, but I'm just gonna take the time in this video to just recap and also provide my commentary on how I feel about each title. Okay, first of all, the Marvel event was huge. Like I said, it was held at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, and fans lined up all around the block, and you had Kevin Feige there, of course, and then you also had Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. Showing up on the stage. So very, very awesome. Obviously a lot of energy from the fans because this is something that they've been waiting for a very long time. So Kevin Feige shows up on the stage and then he presents a couple of clips actually. What's very awesome is that what they did is that they presented the Avengers Age of Ultron teaser trailer on the big screen. Something that's never been done yet. The very first bunch of fans that get to see the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer on the big screen and big sound were at the Marvel event. We're going to see it for the first time when we watch Interstellar, actually. But other than that, everybody has seen it on the small screen at home on their monitors. So watching it on the small screen, watching it on a big screen, two completely different things. So the fans were quite lucky to see that. Also, they were also treated to a clip of Steve Rogers chatting with Tony Stark in a scene that takes place in Avengers Age of Ultron. So that was quite a treat. I was able to check it out from a leaked YouTube link from someone who recorded it with their phone while they were at the event. I'm sure that link has already been taken down. But anyways, let's get to the real deal, okay? Let's talk about what is going to happen with Phase 3. Obviously, we know that Ant-Man is coming out in 2015, but let's talk about the very first item on their slate, starting with 2016, and that would be Captain America: Serpent Society. I'm just kidding. That was a little bit of trolling done by Kevin Feige. He put it up as Captain America: Serpent Society, but actually on May 6th of 2016, the film that comes out will be Captain America: Civil War. Now, did anybody not see that one coming? I mean, there was already a lot of talks about Robert Downey Jr. showing up in Captain America 3. Well, what's that going to be about? Obviously, it's going to be about Civil War. All right, this is where Iron Man will go up against Captain America, and we're going to see how that plays out. Because, well, if you don't already know, Civil War refers to the whole registration of superheroes, and Kevin Feige actually addressed how that's going to work, and he wasn't too detailed and specific about how he's going to make it work, or how the storyteller's going to make it work. But he did say that he will be able to make Civil War work without secret identities. Okay, so looks like they're going to find a way to make it work. And another thing that's very interesting about Captain America: Civil War is that they are going to be introducing Black Panther. Black Panther will make his first appearance in Captain America: Civil War as a supporting character. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I mean, who didn't see Black Panther eventually showing up? I mean, when you watched the trailer, or the teaser trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron, you saw Andy Serkis, and apparently Andy Serkis's character is playing Ulysses Klaue. Now, if you don't know who Ulysses Klaue is, he is one of the villains who goes up against Black Panther. But anyways, enough about the talk about Captain America: Civil War. Captain America: Civil War is happening and is coming out on May 6th, 2016. Moving on. In November 4th of 2016, we are getting Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange will be coming out on November 4th, 2016. It will be directed by Scott Derrickson. Now, there was no confirmation about Benedict Cumberbatch's involvement. I actually thought that at the Marvel event, they were going to announce the casting of Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Now, there's been a lot of reports about Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, playing Doctor Strange, but it's not officially confirmed. He was only in final negotiations. Okay, he's in final negotiations, but still not officially confirmed. Now, I gotta mention that Doctor Strange will not be a magician. He will not be a master magician in Doctor Strange. He will, in fact, be a master scientist. Okay, so they're going to make a few changes there because, well, it is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and magic doesn't really exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Aliens do, and gamma radiation, and super serums, but definitely not magic. Okay, so that's what they're going to do about Doctor Strange. Now, that wraps up 2016. Now, 2017... will kick off on May 5th, 2017 with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Alright, this is really exciting because Guardians of the Galaxy obviously was a huge hit. It's my favorite film of 2014. But what's very interesting is that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was originally slated for July 28th. But they moved it forward, like they moved it closer, so it won't be coming out on July 28th anymore. Instead, it's coming out on May 5th. Now, what I'm really curious about is, which new characters they're going to introduce in the sequel. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. James Gunn is back to direct, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, moving on July 28th, 2017, the original date that was where Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was supposed to come out, is Thor Ragnarok. That is going to be really exciting. Thor Ragnarok, which suggests that Tom Hiddleston is back. Tom Hiddleston is back as Loki, and we're going to be able to find some answers to the fate of Odin. Okay? So, you guys remember at the end of Thor the Dark World, Loki disguised himself as Odin to trick his brother, or his sibling, or... you know what I'm saying? His half-brother, I don't know, his brother, right? Thor, to trick Thor into thinking that he was alive, but actually, who knows what happened to him? Maybe he's imprisoned, maybe he's dead, we don't know, but Thor Ragnarok will have all those answers, and even though Tom Hiddleston as Loki isn't appearing in Avengers Age of Ultron, we will see him in Thor Ragnarok, and the sibling rivalry will once again commence. And Thor Ragnarok will actually kind of expand the Thor universe in a much greater a spectrum. Kevin Feige mentioned that the universe of Thor will expand vastly in Thor Ragnarok. And I'm just thinking, does that mean he's talking about like the movie or this Marvel Cinematic Universe, suggesting that there's going to be more Thor films? Who knows? Or at least maybe the other characters will enter the realm of the Thor universe. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Anyways, that's all very exciting, and I'm curious to see where the story goes. So Thor Ragnarok comes out on July 20th, 2017, and now, November 3rd, 2017, we have Black Panther. Black Panther is officially coming. Black Panther will be the first solo film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where an African American will be playing the lead role. This is very exciting. Obviously, they're doing this with Cyborg in the DC Cinematic Universe, and also the Green Lantern is going to be played by the Jon Stewart version. So DC got that covered. Well, it's time for Marvel to do the same thing, and now they're adding diversity to the mix by having a Black Panther film. Now, this is really cool because they're hinting at a Black Panther, the involvement of Black Panther with Ulysses Klaue in Age of Ultron, and then they're introducing Black Panther in Captain America's Civil War, and now Black Panther's finally having a solo film on November 3rd, 2017. Now, that's not all. They actually announce who Black Panther is going to be, and that will be Chadwick Boseman and Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans did the introduction, and the crowd obviously, you know, we're behaving very positive because we got Chadwick Boseman, who is most known for his TV work, of course, and then he was in the 2 sports dramas recently, 42 and Draft Day, and then most recently he was playing James Brown in the James Brown biopic, Get On Up. So very, very awesome, very solid actor, and not only did they announce a Black Panther film, but they showed off the Black Panther concept art. This is official. Check it out. It looks good. It looks just like the way he would look, I mean, the way he looks in the comics, and if they could translate this to live action, it's gonna be good. Okay, so really, really awesome. Okay, now, moving on, we're moving to 2018 now, okay? So on May 4th, 2018, we have a really big one. Okay, it's a really big one, and that would be Avengers Infinity War Part 1. Okay, you see how DC Cinematic Universe, they split Justice League to Part 1 and 2? Well, Marvel is following suit with with Avengers Infinity War Part 1, which obviously means that there's going to be a Part 2. Okay, Avengers Infinity War obviously refers to the Infinity Gauntlet, and of course the Avengers battle with Thanos and his Infinity Gauntlet. Obviously, by the time they get to Infinity War, we will have discovered the other jewels. Okay, I mean, we saw the first introduction to the jewel in Guardians of the Galaxy. We also saw the introduction of this evil energy with the Tesseract, and also in Thor: The Dark World we saw the red matter. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about, the red matter, right? So so Avengers Infinity War, it's gonna be crazy, and it's divided in 2, which means that you know, all this talk about Iron Man and the rest of the Avengers splitting up, well, it looks like it's going to happen. I'm thinking that Iron Man is going to appear in Avengers Infinity War Part 1, but he's not going to make an appearance in Infinity War Part 2. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling that Tony Stark is going to be the leader of this new brand of Avengers, which of course includes these new characters that we're being introduced to in Phase 3. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. So, very, very awesome. Now let's move on to July 6, 2018, and we are getting some more diversity in the mix in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Captain Marvel. And I'm talking about the female version of Captain Marvel, and that will be Carol Danvers. So we're getting diversity in the mix with not only a black superhero with Black Panther, but also a female superhero, and that would be Captain Marvel. Now, you know, I only know the male version of Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel actually had various iterations of himself, okay? And one of them was female, and you know, with DC having Wonder Woman as their solo female-led film, well, Marvel's answer to that will be the Carol Danvers version of Captain Marvel with Captain Marvel. Okay, so very, very cool. I mean, you know, it's very exciting to see a really diverse mix of superheroes. All right, so that's coming out on July 6, 2018. Moving on, we got November 2nd, 2018 with something that's really out there. Okay, now when I first heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know anything about it, but it ended up being like my favorite movie of 2014. Now on November 2nd, 2018, it looks like they might be repeating that success with the Inhumans. The Inhumans will be the new group, okay, the new team, which I know nothing about. I am absolutely not familiar with this Marvel property whatsoever, but from what I've read, it looks like the Inhumans are the Avengers' answer to the X-Men. Because apparently the Inhumans themselves are an evolutionary advanced race, but their existence dates back all the way to the Stone Age, okay? and they all have like all kinds of different superpowers depending on which character it is, but they are definitely connected with the Avengers, and they do battle with Thanos. Okay, so I think this is really going to be quite epic once they get to Infinity War. So the Inhumans come out on November 2nd, 2018, which eventually leads us to the end of Phase 3, and they're ending it with a bang with May 3rd, 2019, Avengers Infinity War Part 2. Now this is where the rest of the Avengers come in. At least that's what I'm assuming. I'm thinking that Captain America is going to be in there. Obviously, Thor's going to be in there, but we're not getting Iron Man. Okay, I mean, you know, it's not just about the story, but it's all about the contracts. Okay, how are you going to put Iron Man, you know, past the limit of how many films he's supposed to appear in his contract? Same with Thor. I mean, same with what's his name again? Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans. Okay, how are they going to do that? So obviously they got to split them up. Okay, they're going to split them up, and that's why half of the Avengers are going to appear in, well, you know, one of the Avengers is going to appear, one of the original Avengers from the movie is going to appear in Avengers Infinity War Part 2, and then the rest of them are going to appear in Avengers Infinity War Part 1. Or reverse. Tony Stark's going to appear in Part 1, and then Steve Rogers and Thor are going to appear in Part 2. You got that? So that is crazy. Okay? That is really crazy. Now, I know a lot of fans, they don't like the whole splitting up of films. You know, like the whole Part 1, Part 2, Volume 1, Volume 2. I mean, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, The Twilight, Harry Potter. They all have done that. But you know what? I have no problems with it whatsoever. The reason why is because I want to see more. I want to see more. And, you know, just because it ends in a cliffhanger doesn't have any effect on the fact that I feel that it was a great movie. I still enjoy myself. But the cliffhanger just makes you want more, and it makes you more excited about what's to come next. And you know what? How am I going to sit through a 5-hour movie if you put the two together? All right, so you know what? I'm totally down with the splitting up of the sequels, and it also just tells us that there's going to be more films coming for us Marvel fans. So I'm really excited about that. Now, you know, they showed us a lot of stuff. They showed us clips. They showed us the release dates. Now, one thing they also showed off was a little bit of a teaser to the Infinity Wars film. And they put together a whole bunch of these clips. They showed off a teaser to Infinity Wars, and they showed off all these clips from the previous Marvel Cinematic Universe films, and then at the end it reveals Josh Brolin as Thanos with his Infinity Gauntlet. And once the Infinity Gauntlet showed up, I couldn't help but get goosebumps, and I had this big smile on my face. Alright, so it was really exciting, and that was shown obviously from a leaked YouTube link. So, you know what, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below, and if you can check it out, I mean, if it's still there, then it's for you to check out, but if it's been taken down, then too bad. Alright, so that's all I gotta say in this video. And there you have it. I'm really excited about Phase 3. Notice that Phase 3 is so different from Phase 1 and 2. It's very different because of all these new characters that we're being introduced to, and we're not getting we're not getting like an Iron Man film, we're not getting a Hulk film, but we are getting Captain America and Thor. But it looks like, because it is the end of their contracts, you know, it's the end of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans' contracts. It looks like this is the last time, by the time we get to 2019, will be the last time we see these guys as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, unless they draft up new contracts for them. Alright? But who knows? By then, maybe we will have fallen in love with all these other characters that we won't mind that they're gone. Alright? So, there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. And therefore, you'll be seeing Hulk in all the Avengers films. Okay? So we're going to see him in Avengers Age of Ultron in Phase 2. And we're also